Super Dave Rains for Super Dave Rains and the Big Show here. We're at Denver Comic Con 2016, and we're talking with Adam from Sphero, the makers of BB-8 for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, Adam, how does it feel to work on such a huge project that, you know, I mean, the movie's made over $1 billion, and you guys are connected to it. I mean, how does it feel to be connected to something this big?
It's super humbling. It's also a little scary. Yeah. There's a lot of people with a lot of high hopes, and they need things perfect, right? It's Star Wars. There's no creative freedom. It's got to be Star Wars.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's stressful, I think, too, to make sure that we fulfill the fans' destiny of like really having a BB-8 in their life.
Wow, that is great. Let me ask you this: how does it? What do you guys hope to do with appearing here at Denver Comic Con? And do you do Comic Cons all over the country?
Yeah, we do all the Comic Cons usually. Our hope is just to get in front of the fans, you know, right. Let people take pictures with our big replica BB-8. We're giving out posters with BB-8 on them. Just really get in touch with the fans and some of the people who've seen it and some of the people who've never seen it before in their life. So just get in front of everybody.
Right. I tell you, one of the things that really strikes me with BB-8 is the love that he has generated almost immediately. You know, it's like, you know, everybody loves R2, but BB-8 is just kind of, the kids have just kind of, have they gone kind of crazy over BB-8?
Yeah, I mean, people are kabonkers for BB-8, right? Like, it's like kabonkers. Like, a lot of people just overly attracted to BB-8. He's super cute. I see why they do it.
Yeah.
Lucas did a fantastic job in character design and making BB-8 like a really cute character. And the movie sold it, right? He was like sort of the hero. So
yeah, he was really great. I really liked the when he was talking with Finn and he did the lighter thing. I was oh my god, I fell out.
As soon as we saw that, we were, you know, back to the engineering room. How do we get a lighter to pop out of this thing?
Right,
that's a little ridiculous, but it was still awesome.
All right, that's great. Well, once again, we're here with Adam. Right. Once again, we're here with Adam Wilson from Sphero. They're a company out of Boulder, Colorado. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And they are the makers of BB-8 for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, Adam, tell me about the engineering, the technical aspects, and then you're gonna. Could you give us a little demonstration of how BB-8 works?
Sure. Yeah. So the engineering's actually really complicated, right?
Right.
To make a ball balance at all is a really complicated robotic feat. But to make that with a head that drives along and stays and looks character representative, it's ridiculously challenging.
Right.
We have the ability that we've been making robot balls for about 4 years before this.
Right.
So we were really good at making a robot ball. So the engineering wasn't super complicated for us to get from robot ball to robot ball with a head on it.
Right.
But it's a really challenging, complicated process.
Wow.
Through manufacturing and software engineering to, you know, just dealing with making a perfect character.
And who at your company came up with this design? Did you say that George Lucas came up with this design, or did you guys hatch this and come up with BB-8 and do the renderings and things like that?
No, actually, Lucas came to us with the design already.
Right.
They were in shooting of their film already, and they had some BB-8s in the film, but they were all very much props, right? Like, they didn't know if there was going to be a real toy that came out. They didn't think, like, is anybody going to really make a real ball that can do what this does?
Right.
And we met up with Disney through a Techstarters Disney incubator.
Right.
And got in front of Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and he showed us BB-8. And he was like, you should make this toy. And
wow,
it's
that's
sort of like
exciting.
magic. We're like, we make robot balls. How perfect is this?
Oh my God, that's
so it's like magic.
Yeah, that is magic. Well, folks, Adam's going to give us a demonstration of how BB-8 works. So where do you want to go to show us?
I was going to say, we already have some set up over here at the table. Can we just mosey on?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
Hey Sam, can I get you to move so we can shoot a video? You can stand in the video if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here you see actually just some kids playing with BB-8. It rolls around. I mean, they're not going to be the most elegant drivers in the world, but you can see that all it takes is just a touch of a finger, a swipe of the finger, and the kids can drive it exactly where they want to go.
Right.
Some of the magic is that the app and the ball know where each other are. So the droid sort of knows where the ball is, like where it's oriented.
Right.
And that's how we know how to drive it so well. Like when you push forward, it just goes forward. There's not a lot of thought that goes into it.
Right.
And that's something that we created. Is some of the high-end engineering that makes this work.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you tell me about? I was researching you guys and checking your website and watching all the videos. And you had something, I don't know, it was kind of a kid had like a wrist thing.
Oh, a force band.
A force band, that's it. Tell us about the force band. That was really cool.
Yeah, so a while ago we had started experimenting with wearables.
Right.
Wearable technology. And one of the coolest things we came up with was a little wearable, pretty much same stuff that's in BB-8, right? The accelerometer and gyroscope, but put that on your wrist so you can lock them together. So when you turn your hand, he turns. When you push, he goes. When you pull, and it became this weird magical system where it does feel like you have the force, like you feel like very connected to this object.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so that's coming out this fall.
And how much is that?
We haven't released the price for that.
You haven't released the price.
No,
I'm going to have to get one of those, folks.
It's incredible.
That looks like too much fun. Well, Adam, thanks for coming on Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show. We really appreciate the talking with you. You got a cool job, man.
Thank you.
You have a really cool job.
Yeah.
So thanks very much.
Thank you
Ladies
very
and gentlemen, Adam Wilson from Sphero on Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show at Denver Comic Con 2016.
Thanks, Super
Thanks,
Dave.
man. I really appreciate it. We'll have this up in a few days.
Awesome.